Shout out to my boss boys. Shout out to my boss boys. We rowdy. We rowdy. Shout out to my boss. Cheers. Bang-a-ring. I turned down that music twice. I hit the volume down dial twice and it didn't down on the speaker for some reason. It didn't register. I had to pause it. Interesting. So the first stack is just going to be a quick general. First and the second. This one is in regards to addressing karmic situations, and this one is in regards to light workers moving forward. So we're cutting the cords on these karmic situations, spaces, people, places, etc., and trusting the divine as we grow into a higher level of elevation, as well as spiritual compassion, expansion, awareness, from a space of holy love. Now, the karmic people who I've had to address and call out lately, they don't feel very loved by me, and I understand that. But they're in timeout, spiritual timeout, since they wanted to act like children. 922. And the act of standing up for self is self-love. They don't even have that. So they were busy copying and stealing from us. They thought that copying us would make them self-confident. They saw light workers owning themselves, their authenticity, their true soul path, with happiness and peace and confidence that comes from aligning with your own path, not copying or trying to follow someone else's. And they thought that if they copied what they saw on the outside looked like made us happy or brought us peace, then they would find peace in copying what we do. But it's not. There's no peace in that competition you tried to start. When you tried to force your feet into someone else's shoes. Why did you do that? Because I thought it would work for me. I didn't realize you had so many gifts and so much ranking. I didn't realize how much work you put into it. Yeah, you saw outside the payoff of all the blood, sweat, and tears behind the scenes. And you thought that it would make you happy or successful. But the work it takes to actually be that, let alone maintain it, it's not fun or pretty, is it? Yeah, it's not a joke. It's making me bleed. It's going to get worse. You're not even at second grade level yet, spiritually speaking, honey. And you tried to claim you were a graduate and a master and compete with the teacher. Get real. Holy love. And you see, the divine has called this level of self-defense for self, as well as the collective, against these karmics who have no self-love, which is why they were not nice to us. They want us to just tolerate their toxicity because they feel like that's us being nice, but they don't want to hear the truth. They think us telling the truth about themselves, telling them the truth about themselves is hurtful, but they don't care that they're hurting people, which is what we had to tell the truth about. What do you mean? Maybe your math isn't mathing. It also seems like you were too busy trying to pretend to be a spiritualist to have any comprehension of psychology, and well, that's a problem, especially when you're claiming transcendence. Joke. Inner child healing. Very immature. Trying to compete with people who have a much greater sense of composure and a much higher frequency, as well as a much greater capacity to withstand the low ones. You don't even like yourself. Now, self-admittedly, my octave and the frequency drops when I have to address these heavy situations. It's just a heavy energy. But that's their energy. I get to step out of it when I'm done channeling. They don't. It's why they're mad. So for the light workers, earth and ground, this is an energy where it doesn't matter what these people try to throw, because having the actual experience instead of just claiming to comes with a level of composure or the ability to find it or recalibrate it. And it's something that these people don't have. I'm seeing a flash of a computer, and it claims to be compatible with programs that it's not compatible to be. That's pretty much what it is, regardless of which way you spin it. Except for anybody that is remotely savvy with computers can very quickly tell that that's false. And that's what's happened. These people might have been able, these fake spiritualists may have been able to grift people who didn't know any better, people who were in too much lust-based energy or just oblivious to real spirituality. And I might stay in my own lane. No. I might stay in my own lane. more often than not, as Mami Wata would say, drink water, do yoga, and mind your business. But when crap hits the fan and fake people like this start stirring the pot, there is a community of good spiritual people. There are plenty of fakes, and I'll call those out, but you notice lately I'm calling the same good ones back as the last couple of times there were some incidents like this. We outrank you. Stay seated. Real recognizes real, and they are not it. Now, we might not speak, the lot of us, but we all pick up that intuitive wave. And the one thing that we all pick up on that doesn't sit right with any of us is you, Karmics. Because you're a disturbance in the force. 1616. I've seen that number all day. Abundance coming, twin flame unions coming. 1622 on the timer. Friendship and unity. Yeah, see? Soul family. But I also am picking up twin flame unions or counterpart unions, in other words. Please remember to hydrate. Divine Masculine says, little fishy. Funny. He says, don't drink too fast, too much. You'll drown. No, I'm good. I just got out of the bath too. Maybe I'm a Scorpio. In Pluto at that. You see, I do a little something I like to call kicking ass and taking names. Check me. 1722. I see that. Let me look up Scorpio and Pluto. Go ahead. I have mastery and comprehension over myself in my chart. That's why I can see that you don't. I'm also an Akashic reader, so I'm qualified to see it. Now, let me give you an example. I went on to Dope King Divinities. It popped up this morning on my recommended, and I ended up in the comment section. And he's had his comments shut off just to keep the trolls, keep the karmics quiet, silent. But it means that the team, as he calls it, can't come and communicate and vibe that way. Still sending support for sure, but the chat's not open, and it was today. And the trolls came and tried to do the thing, except for, you know me. Sometimes people are not worth the time and energy, but I'll bully a bully right back. Bitch, I'm a Heyoka empath. I'll give you right back to you and teach you why it's unacceptable. And then step back into my own energy and move on with my day. Brush you off like dirt off my shoulder. And so that's that. That's part of my gift, and that's part of my mission. God sent me as karma. But anyway. Rollover. These karmics are getting rollover karma too. I'm picking up. That's bad. Like from other lives that they didn't clear, it's coming over, rolling over on this one. And then because they made such a mess in this one, if they die and do manage to come back, oh, it's gonna punch them next life. Like they tried to treat people like dirt in this life. They tried to use people as stepping stones in this life. They'll be lucky if they don't end up a cockroach on the bottom of someone's shoe in the next, trying to hide under the fridge and scatter when they flip the kitchen light on. That's what you get for trying to chase people around you, little predator. You will become nothing. Looks like you're already there anyway. To me. honesty and communication. And that's the truth. You don't have to like it, but you do have to bite it. So in this community, or in this chat this morning, it was Dope King Divinities reading. I posted it on my community at that. But I was in the comments. And this one particular, they don't like this truth communication. This one particular karmic was causing problems. I gave it right back to her. At first I told her to just shush, like be quiet. If you have nothing decent to say, just be quiet. Don't waste oxygen. Like, this is what you decided to do with your Saturday. I accidentally wrote Sunday. This is what you decided to do with your Saturday morning. Wake up and bully people on the internet, bitch. Get a grip. Get a couple. I'd ask you what's wrong with you, but I already know. It's gross. Seek help professionally, immediately. Good. But then I started picking up downloads. She just wouldn't stop. And I wasn't trying, but it's one of the things that I do. One of the gifts that I have. Just, it's there. They're all up in people's space where they don't belong. It's just there. I'm getting a vision of, what is that? Somebody must live in the city where there are public buses that have, it's like, they're like billboards on it. I bet you that they're the type of thing that people, can you pay to do that? I bet you can. Park benches too. People will pay for ads to be printed on park benches or buses or like the sides of a bus, public buses, or a billboard. But I'm seeing this public bus go by with, ew, now I'm getting a second download, and these karmics are being compared to dirty public buses, like public transport. Everybody uses them. They're filthy. There's no sense of discrimination. I'm sure there's all kinds of bodily fluids all up in there of all different varieties from all kinds of different people. Gum underneath the seat. Good grief. That's what you're being compared to, Karmic. That's a new one. Ew! It wasn't so gross to be more hilarious. But anyway. God. It's like this big public bus driving by, double-decker bus with a huge billboard printed on it going by. And somebody just on the sidewalk or in a passing car happens to see it because it's right in their face. There's no way to miss it, right? How could you see that? How could you not? What do you mean? Stupid. Ask better questions. And do the work, okay? So this is the healing energy moving forward. This stack was the energy of addressing these karmic situations, moving forward and healing, putting things into action. This may be cleaning house physically or otherwise. This may be finishing up projects. This may be starting a new project. It's definitely closing out old cycles. It's definitely letting go of people in situations that are not good for you. Like I said earlier, it's about self-love and acceptance. And they were too busy hating themselves to learn to love themselves or adjust and heal. They were too busy jealous of our love and self-acceptance and growth to have any of their own. Instead of following their paths, they were so busy running away from the fact that they hated themselves, trying to become us, that they didn't realize they were actually running further away from anything good for them. Copying someone that you think is happy because they're doing what their calling is not going to make you happy like it makes them happy. It's not your calling. I keep getting these analogies. It's like somebody who's destined, I know weird analogies, but somebody who's destined to be like a dog walker, random example, trying to live the life of somebody that's destined to be a chainsaw operator. You think the dog walker is going to be happy with a chainsaw? Probably not. This is not one of those karmics like, well, sometimes people... No, this is not one of those situations, karmic. Well, I can absorb these different traits of all these different people that I'm jealous of. No, bitch. Focus on mastering the thing that you were supposed to do or that you were good at. It's like Katie Emmett. She was really good at the art, but she was so busy trying to run away from the problems in her life that she decided she wanted to become me and pretend to be a psychic medium instead. She was really good at the hoop business. She was selling hoops and doing dance stuff. Oh, she was good at that. But she had other problems in her life that she didn't want to deal with. So she shut that down. She quit that lucrative, financially successful business, that socially popular, successful business for her, where she was thriving and could have continued to grow. To try to copy and steal from me. Opportunity and change. Let me explain to you. You know what I've been through in this life and many others that qualifies me to be who I am and do what I do? Repeatedly. I've been sexually assaulted. I've been widowed. My children have been held hostage. You don't want to be me. You don't want to know what it takes to be who I am and have the skills that I have and do what I do. You don't. And those are just the human struggles. Stop. Because it hurt me, okay? It will kill you. Thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk. Congratulations for making it almost to the end. Ease and grace. I know. I make it look easy. So they want to copy because they think it'll be sick. No, it'll kill you. The blood, sweat, and tears that I make look easy will make you drop to your knees and die. Promise. Come here, monkey. And you leave my animals alone, you witch. So there's that divine timing. 28-22. This is all in God's plan. Even these karmics being exposed at this point, learning experience, because they're supposed to learn the hard way that this was not the way to be and not the thing to do. The lesson for the light workers in this has been to release people in situations that do not serve you or me. Harmony and resolution in exchange for those that do. Healing energy. We'll do some Reiki in a bit. Yeah. Now I might have to drop a couple of octaves and call some warrior mode nonsense out sometimes, but there's also a point of re-regulation and reharmonization behind that. The wind is whipping all of a sudden. It was dead quiet a second ago. That's spell work. What did I say? You witch. I know what you're doing. Leave my animals alone. Power and intention. That one's going to hurt you. I bet that backfire is going to hurt. You know what it's going to taste like? My toes in your teeth. Shoo shoo. Power and intention. Transformation. Yeah, you just tried to bark up as the purple goes up on the light system. Bark up the tree of Zadkiel, and that was a no-no. You can't handle the grief. And now you don't have the support of the grief angel, so guess that'll suck for you, karmic. Mother, Father, God. Yeah, because myself and my Lightworker Collective have divine support. Karmics do not. Ask and receive. I also heard earlier, actually, I heard this when the Mystic Tori video popped up on my feed. She posted one today. And then I reblogged. She's also had her content stolen as well. I reblogged her asking people to report this thief. And one of the things, the last things in one of the posts that I made was speak up. That was the message I channeled, speak up. And as I said that, I was hearing closed mouths don't fed, speak up. I was channeling as I wrote. Yes, precisely. There's your confirmation. 3122. Intuition and downloads. Yeah, I picked that up. Thank you for the confirmation, though. Joy and contentment. Told you. So your peace, my peace, is protected. Because these people were trying to disturb our peace, to copy us and swap destinies. Because they wanted the perceived peace that they felt like we had from the life that we were living that they tried to steal and copy. Again, they thought that trying to force our feet into our shoes would make them happy, since they thought that it looked like our shoes made us happy. Yeah, it makes us happy because it fits us. We're comfortable there. You're going to get blisters that bleed. They don't fit you. You know, the original story of Cinderella is not this cute little story. Let me just quick view the recap of this. In the Grimm's, I have the book actually. The Grimm's, it's over here. Brothers version, or one of the original folklore fairy tales before they Disneyfied it for PG purposes and kids, okay? The first evil stepsister, ugly evil stepsister, cut off her toes to try to force her foot to fit in Cinderella's glass slipper. And the king quickly realized that she was lying, because there was blood pouring out of the bottom of the shoe. It's not like she could hide it. The second sister, ugly evil stepsister, she thought, well, okay, I won't mess with my toes, because he'll check to see if I've messed with my toes. No, she cut the back of her heel off. Not jobs. The lot of you. Karmics. Like, we understand you. I forgive you for being a clown, but hail to the null. I do not want tickets to your circus. Bye. In fact, hail to the motherfucking null at that point. What's wrong with you? Just kidding, I already know. Expect miracles. I was down, but now I'm up. This isn't, this is, oh God, this isn't luck. I was stuck in the mud. Signs and reminders, yep. Surrender, I was down, but now I'm up. Like Lazarus, cancel, clear, delete, or cancel, clear, release. Anything that doesn't belong or suit you. I've been doing that today. If you end up having any energy that comes up, thought processes, anything that needs to be reprogrammed or shifted, anything that's said, even absent-mindedly, on the negative, something you don't want to manifest, cancel, clear, delete, right? Like exit out, cancel, clear, delete. Push it away from you. No. Yeah, Karmic. Why didn't I listen to her? Yeah, that's a good question. Like I said, ask better. There are better questions for you to ask. That one was better, much better. Don't waste my time. I hear, I can't keep up with her. No, you can't. And you know what I noticed about the plagiarizer from today on the cover photo? I only noticed that because I was scrolling for more music. And it happened a few times yesterday or the day before, and I kept brushing it off. Kept making sure the account was, I blocked the account and making sure every time they popped up, I would tell YouTube, do not send me this person's content. Do not send me anything like this. Do not send me these videos. I don't want anything to do with this person. But she's been stalking my account, so her stuff's still been forcing its way into my feed. Except for just like one of the last plagiarizers that I stumbled across before her, as an answered prayer at that, I did call for God to expose anything that needed to be released and exposed because they were creating blockages. So what God is calling them is energy vampires. Because the very afternoon that I prayed about that while I was in the shower, all that crap about Katie Emmett popped up. And then like pretty much every day since then, there was another. God said, oh, bet. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for you to be ready enough to clear this. Let's go. Okay. So God told me there would be a few of them. Really? I didn't want to deal with any. But all right. Right? God says, that's because I'm not wasting your time. See, God has a schedule. And God says, no, these people need to be out of the way fast. So the faster you can clear them out and I'll help you, the faster we can get you to where I want you to be, which is away from these people and in your full destiny path. Away from these people. That's part of it. For starters. But this was coming up. Oh, she's so mad. Why did you have to tag those people? Oh, what good readers, good people that I've known about and or sub to for a long time that are my vibe tribe that see through you just like I do, that will not support you in doing what you've been trying to do to me. Quite the opposite, in fact. Yeah. Gee, I wonder why. Ask better questions. So you just backtracked again, Karmic. She's badass. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Came with experience. Kept me alive, though. Against A-hats like that. Yeah, see? Massive success is coming to you after you release someone toxic from your life. And this, I tagged him earlier. The creator of this deck, this would be the Aloha King, Divine Headquarters. Now, he's retitled his channel The Golden Era for now. Possibly forever, I don't know. We'll see. So that's his thing, that's his choice. But here we are. Weirdo, cut it out. And the one on this cover, she's been copying all these different things and then also starting her intros with Hawaiian. Oh, it's weird. Just, you know what I heard earlier in the shower? I heard one of my Vibe Tribe members call her a culture vulture. But you see, JoJo is actually Hawaiian. So, ew. I didn't know you knew our, or were subbed, or were associated, or were friends with. Yeah, you didn't know shit. Transcendent tarot. There's nothing transcendent about you. Little copy and paste Google witch. Now, I've been told for a few weeks to be mindful about certain things, including not to speak this one's name. But when she pulled some crap earlier and crossed the line, God said, nope, that was the flip switch. Go forth, my child. And now what I noticed earlier was just like one of the last plagiarizers that popped up before her, a day or so before. She was copying. Actually, she ended up copying a copier I called out somebody for copying, and then a copier copied her. And I caught them both. But one of them was posting, trying to claim to be a divine feminine and doing readings about karmics, except for when she's speaking about the karmic, she was speaking about herself. She's reading about these karmics. She was reading on herself, claiming to be a divine feminine, but reading on herself. I already posted about this. However, one of the last things that I noticed was that it was forcing its way into my algorithm. Despite blocking these people because they kept stalking, letting me know that they were there. Her last post was about how these copycats are getting burned out trying to compete with you. And her videos were getting shorter and shorter because she had less and less energy to put that shit out. And the same thing happened today. I don't think I've ever seen, don't think I didn't document all the last couple years of bullshit for the lawyers. But I don't think in all of that, I don't think I ever saw Transcendent Tarot only post a 15-minute video. It was at least half an hour or more, 20 plus minutes or more. 15 minutes today. Burned out. Like an old rotisserie chicken. Miss Piggy. Meanwhile, I did another 2-hour push last night. Get real. Can't compete where you never compared in the first place. Queen! Stay seated. I'm looking down at you. For good reason. Partially, this is convenient. Also, you are beneath me. That's why you tried to take me out at the knees. Tanya Harding 2.0. Next. Yeah, see, look. Completion, the energy work you have done has worked. Dissipating. Anything else? Thanks, Jojo. Someone is working to have you soul tied to them. I also picked up some of these karmics have been trying to latch on to light workers. That's why I've called it out to release this sex magic. But I also know that some of these karmics, these Jezebel female energies, they've been in promiscuous energies themselves. They wanted to send attacks, there it is, to the light workers because they wanted to keep not only the divine counterparts apart. I'm picking up, actually, as a side note, right now, I'm just now picking up also, thank you for that, friends, like vibe tribes, old family members, just platonic or, you know, the karmics have tried to be business rivals, but those of us light workers at the top are too busy collaborating to even have any desire to compete. It's a different frequency and mentality. Oh, you know. That was a terrible choice. Girls, you need to relax. What's wrong with you? Cheers. Okay.